This is the iPhone 6, Apple's latest flagship with a bigger screen and upgraded specs. With the iPhone 6, Apple has tried to make the phone even bigger while making it thinner. Hey guys, it's Banu from Andro.com and I have been using the iPhone 6 for around 3 months now. So now it's time for my full review. The iPhone 6 has a 4.7-inch display, and along with that, Apple has also unveiled a monstrous 5.5-inch model called the iPhone 6 Plus, which looks similar but has some improvements over the iPhone 6. In this review, I'm going to be focusing on the iPhone 6, but some things that I mention about the iPhone 6 will be relevant to the iPhone 6 Plus as well. Now that that's out of the way, let's begin with the build and design. Like every other Apple product, the iPhone 6 is built well. That being said, I'm not the biggest fan of this design, like I have pointed out many times previously on social media. It is clear that the design has been originated from the 5th generation iPod. But why I don't like the overall design is mainly due to the huge antenna bands and the slippery feel in the hand. Yes, both are fixable by using a case, but I'm not the biggest fan of using cases, so that's something Apple should try to avoid next time. Bend gate is another concern, but that's mostly on the iPhone 6 Plus, so nothing to worry here. This time around, the button placement has also changed mainly due to the bigger screen. So with the iPhone 6, Apple has moved the power button to the right hand side so it is easily accessible. The dedicated mute switch is something I have loved on Apple devices over the years, and that's still the case. Volume rockers are placed on the left side, and the bottom of the device has the Lightning port and the 3.5mm headphone jack along with the speaker. The iPhone 6 has a bumped up 4.7-inch 1334 by 750 Retina HD display, giving it a PPI of 326 pixels per inch. The display is crisp like always, and it has great viewing angles. It might not be the best display on the market, but it gets the job done, so no issues there. Now let's have a look at the specifications and the performance of the iPhone 6. So the iPhone 6 is powered by the latest Apple A8 processor. It is a 64-bit processor which is a powerhouse. It blasts through the benchmarking apps, and the day-to-day performance is also really impressive. I didn't face any lag or stutter while playing even heavy games, and that was to be expected. Along with the A8 chip, the iPhone 6 packs just 1GB of RAM this time around, which is definitely a disappointment in my opinion. I mean, come on Apple, just give us a bit more so we can do more with this phone, from having more apps open or having more browser tabs open. I'm pretty sure Apple will increase the amount of RAM in the iPhone 6s, but it's definitely a disappointment that it didn't happen on the iPhone 6. Now let's take a look at the software experience on the iPhone 6. The iPhone 6 runs on iOS 8 out of the box. I am very familiar with iOS 8 as I was a beta tester for Apple since they first released iOS 8 to the Apple registered developers back at WWDC. iOS 8 was made for the bigger iPhone, so everything looks bigger, and some apps that have been optimized takes advantage of the bigger screen as well. We also have an extra row of apps on the iPhone 6. Talking about the useful features, with the iPhone 6, Apple is also introducing reachability. Reachability is basically one hand mode. But sadly, that's about it. there's nothing cool that makes the iPhone 6 unique, even though it has a gorgeous 4.7-inch display. If you are the type of person who doesn't care about the additional features, then you do not have to worry a bit about the iOS 8 experience. It is still the same iOS from the past, very simple and very easy to use. That being said, with iOS 8, Apple introduced some other cool features that all the other iOS 8 devices also share, like widgets on the notification bar, third-party keyboards, continuity, and more. You can learn everything about iOS 8 at androdollar.com. The software experience on the iPhone 6 is overall okay, but Apple can definitely improve the iPhone 6 a lot more if they add some productive features to it. Now let's talk about the camera on the iPhone 6. The iPhone 6 packs an 8-megapixel iSight camera at the back for the 4th year in a row. It also features face detection, autofocus for faster focusing, and it has an aperture of f2.2. To be honest, when the iPhone 6 was first introduced, I doubted the camera. But after using it, I really feel that it is on par with the camera on the Note 4, which in my opinion had the best camera in 2014. On some occasions, the pictures of the iPhone 6 even looked better, so Apple has done a very good job. Apple has also improved the modes of the iOS 8 camera by adding time-lapse video, slow motion video up to 240p along with the usual panorama. On the iPhone 6 we don't get OIS, only the iPhone 6 Plus has that, but after using and comparing the two devices, I have noticed that the iPhone 6 does a very good job in the software processing to get smooth outputs for video. The iPhone 6 can only record up to 1080p and not 4K. That might be a concern for some, but it's not for me. The front-facing camera is also really good and it takes some crisp images. Now let's take a look at some of the sample shots. So as you can see, these images are taken directly from the iPhone 6 and they are unedited, and if you see, these images look really good. So the camera on the iPhone 6 is a definite thumbs up. Now let me compare the iPhone 6 against some of the other flagships. So this is the iPhone 6 against the iPhone 5s. This is the iPhone 6 against the Galaxy S5. Last but not least, this is the iPhone 6 against the Galaxy Note 4. Well, talking about the other important features about the iPhone 6, for me, the Touch ID fingerprint scanner is still one of the most important features. It works really great and I use it on a day-to-day basis. Now, it has been one of the major features for Apple because of the introduction of Apple Pay, Apple's mobile payment system. Unfortunately, for those of you who are in Sri Lanka, it is not available, but in other countries it is available and you can use NFC on the iPhone to make payments. So talking about the other things, one of the disadvantages on the iPhone is overheating. I face this issue quite a lot, and I asked my other friends who are using the iPhone 6 as well, and I got the same answer that if they are using the phone for a long period of time with mobile data, then their device gets quite warm. So I think Apple should really think about this and really try to improve on this, because I had similar issues with the iPhone 5 and 5s as well. Due to the screen size of the iPhone 6 and the build of the device, it is easily pocketable as well, so I had no issues there. Finally, talking about the battery life on the iPhone 6, in my testing it performed better than the iPhone 5s. It actually had much better standby time and it worked for a longer time than the iPhone 5s when using mobile data or when connected to Wi-Fi. So still, when compared to a monster like the Note 4, the iPhone 6 just falls down, but still the battery life on the iPhone 6 is okay considering the battery capacity. Finally, to wrap up the video, let me summarize the iPhone 6 this way. If you ask me if the iPhone 6 is just another iPhone, I would have said yes and no. Let me explain. See, the iPhone 6 performs well and it has a good build, but it could have been much better. I feel like Apple is just catching up to the competition rather than producing something totally different. Why didn't Apple take use of the bigger screen? They could have made some cooler stuff that would have made my experience much better. So as a summary, if you want a phone that you always don't have to think of it to get the best performance, and if you like iOS, then the iPhone 6 is the best phone available for you right now. But if you are like me, and if you want to change everything, and if you want a new setup every day, then the iPhone 6 is definitely not for you. Now that the review is done, am I going to be using the iPhone 6 hereafter, or am I going to be switching back to the Note? Well, the answer is simple. I'm definitely switching back. That's mainly because of the lack of features for my preference and the battery life. It might be different for you at the end of the day because it's your phone and only you know how you want to actually use it. So think smart and make your choice. So with that, we come to the end of this video. Let me know what you thought about the video down below in the comment section. If you are rocking the iPhone 6, or if you had any hands-on time with the iPhone 6, feel free to use the comment section below to share your experiences. Don't forget to smack the like button and subscribe to Andro for more videos like this, and feel free to share this video all over social media, and feel free to recommend Andro to your friends. So stay tuned to androdollar.com for all the latest from the tech world, and until I see you guys in my next video, this is Banu signing out.